you?
I don't know. Can you see if you are? If
No,
you
I.
are?
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Fine.
Hi. Hello, and we're back. I'm Cecil, but you can call me CJ, and
I am Deidre.
we're back with you to do a follow-up to school violence and helping to support our kids with that. And we've had some questions about um, like bullying, and a lot of people are concerned that, like, hey, I raised my kids right. It's some the other kids to just be off the chain at the school. And what do we do? How do we culture our kids or support our kids that they're resilient, that they have like tools? So we want to kind of continue that conversation so parents and children can have some tools. And so what does that bring to mind for you, Deidre, who are always working with the kids and working in school settings?
So it first makes me think about tools of communication, learning how to solve problems with using our words rather than physically solving problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really big in today's time. We see a lot of course, physical fighting. We see
Sure.
a lot of weapon use. And so, first thing I think about is teaching kids how to solve problems with using their words.
Okay, so let me give you a scenario, because there's been a lot of concern about like mass shootings and people going into schools and shooting and things like that. Say you have a peer that kind of sits to himself and doesn't really engage with people, kind of a loner. In the situation of communication, what's something that you would encourage students to do, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I would encourage parents to tell their kids and students to be a friend, right?
Be friendly.
Be friendly. Show yourself friendly. Talk to that person that you see sitting alone. If you see them sitting by themselves, having lunch by themselves, stop by and have lunch with them. Sit with them, or invite them over to your friend's table to have lunch with you guys. If you see them playing alone, if you're younger kids and you see them playing alone, invite them over to play with you, or initiate play with them. Ask them, can you play with them? Because sometimes those kids might not have the skills to know how to ask others to play with them, and so just ask them, hey, can I play with you, or would you like to play with us?
Interesting. So tell me more about this inviting engagement and being inclusive of others, and why is that beneficial? Why is that effective?
Well, it's a really big thing. So it's big for us in conscious discipline.
Okay.
We teach children. We call it creating a school family. So it's really making children feel included, making them feel welcome, wanted, warming. So one thing that we do, like in the centers that are in our classroom, when children enter into a center, we acknowledge them because we want them to feel like important, like they are somebody.
Right.
And so it kind of triggers something in their brain to help them realize, like, oh, like I am wanted. Someone loves, someone notices me, right?
Yeah.
And so then that kind of helps to build their self-esteem. So when you are acknowledged by someone else, then it kind of helps you to it just builds up your self-esteem. And so you don't have to it helps, right? It makes you feel better.
Yeah, I mean, so it sounds like what you're talking about is a sense of belonging.
Yes.
Where I feel that I'm accepted I'm valuable.
Yes.
I'm wanted. They want me to play. They
Yes.
want me to be a part of their group.
Yes.
Oh, that makes me feel good, right?
Mhm.
And so, like, I feel like these are my people.
They won't feel isolated.
And I don't feel isolated. I feel seen. I feel heard. I feel valued. I don't feel isolated. These my people.
'Cause they might be isolated at home. They might not have that, you know, that input at home. So to come to school and have a group of people that see me, group of people that include me, can kind of help to build that community for them.
That's good. That's good. Because every kid doesn't come from a home where they're seen, they're heard, they feel valued, they feel accepted, they feel wanted. So what you're saying is they could go to school and have a school family where it's you can play with us, you can sit with us, you don't have to sit by yourself, you can come over here. And they're like, me? And then they feel better. They feel confident. It boosts their self-esteem. So when kids feel like that, like I'm heard, I'm seen, I'm included, I'm valued, do you feel like those types of people are going to school and wanting to harm their peers?
No.
Right.
No.
Right. Because these my people.
These are my people. I like these people. I want to see these people again the next day.
Right. I don't want to harm these people because they're my friends. And so, yeah, if you can see where we're going here, when we're teaching our children, look out for each other. You see that kid that's kind of always by himself, like, hey, you okay? You good? Like, I see you, right? Then they feel like I'm accepted, I'm seen, I'm heard, I'm valued, and they don't have these thoughts of I'm gonna go and shoot up the school, right? Or I'm going to go and harm somebody
or myself.
So what are some of the other benefits of being in a group, in a friend group, where you feel wanted, accepted? What are other things that come along with that, as far as what kids need as they're matriculating through school? What are some of the other benefits of having strong friend relationships and friend groups?
It helps them build a healthy sense of identity. Because depending on what stage that they're in, right? They kind of look to their friends to kind of decide on like what's important in life at that moment. Like how should they be? What's the end thing at that moment? And so it's important if at home, if they're getting that positive input from the parents, then they in turn, those children who get that positive input from parents, they in turn take that to their groups of friends at school,
their peers,
and then they have that influence with their other friends, and then that creates a positive community.
Yes. So those parents who are pouring into their kids and affirming their kids and giving them wisdom, then those kids are taking this back to their friend group. So when they're talking about things and problem solving, and it's like, girl, don't do that. I think that's gonna be a mess, honey. Don't do that, right?
Yep.
So then they're encouraging their friends to do something different,
to do positive things,
something that is positive, because they're talking amongst themselves, right? And so if one peer doesn't have a parent that is engaged, then they're getting this support from their peer group.
And sometimes they also encourage their friends. I've seen it where they've encouraged their friends to like talk to their parents. Like they'll have because they feel like their parent is a safe parent, they'll have their friends to come talk to their parents, if they have issues or whatever the case is. But that's because they communicate with their parents. Their parents are involved. Their parents are present, and they're safe. So that's another kind of positive thing. It's like a safe house for other children.
It is, right? So parents can cook dinner, have snacks, and say, yeah, your friends can come over, right? And so they see this as, you know, Miss Shonda, she cool, right? She understands us. We can talk to her. She gives us good advice. She don't play though. She don't play, but she listens. So parents cultivating this atmosphere where your children can bring their friends home and have these dialogues. I mean, have like some game night, fun night. When kids are playing games and stuff starts to come out.
Yes.
And they start to share. And so this builds resilient kids so they know how to like talk and communicate. And do you think this also helps with them being able to communicate with teachers as well?
Yes. Yes. Because it teaches them, it teaches them that there are boundaries between adults and children, but it also gives them the confidence to be able to still go to an adult, but in a respectful manner.
Respectfully.
Yes. Because that is also something that I have heard children run into. They feel like a lot of times adults don't, they're disrespectful to the children and they don't listen. The teachers don't listen. And so children have a really hard time trying to get through to the teachers. And they're like, well, I've been trying to communicate this to them, but they don't understand X, Y, and Z. And so I've had to take time to explain to them, well, maybe if you say it to them this way,
right,
it'll open their eyes or help them to understand that this is what you're trying to communicate to them. They were successful with getting their point across.
Right. So it's finding these safe spaces where kids and adults are interacting. So it's like, yeah, you can bring your friends home and we can chit chat, we can talk about some things, we can play some games, They're in this environment where they're seeing healthy communication.
And they feel supported too.
And they feel supported.
That's really big. They love to feel supported.
They feel supported. We as adults don't always have to agree with our kids, and we don't always have to agree, but I'm going to give you some guidance, and this is what it is, right? You don't have to like it, but this is, I respect you. Yes, I respect your views.
I'm going to respect you.
I respect your view. I respect your opinion. However, these are the boundaries, right? Love ya, mean it, but these are the boundaries, right? So it's being able to talk to our kids where they feel heard, they feel valued, they feel that their opinion is valid and respected, so they can keep coming back. And it's saying your friends can come over. So they're seeing this too. They're picking up these communication tools and skills. They're taking them to school. They're able to talk to their peers and problem solve. And they're also able to advocate for themselves with teachers and other adults in the school system. Because honestly, sometimes we adults can be wrong. Let's face it. Yes. We miss the mark too. So if a child is coming and saying, respectfully, Miss Jones, I didn't agree, or I felt that made me feel some type of way, we need to listen to say, okay, I hear you and I apologize.
That's a big one.
Right. So why is apology so big? You're like, that's a big one.
A big one.
Adults apologizing to kids.
They don't like it. I don't know.
What? So adults don't like to apologize to kids? Why?
Adults do not like to apologize.
What's up with that?
Well, I don't. I apologize to kids. I do, but I do not. I can't speak for all adults. But maybe
What you think it is, Deidre? What do you think it is?
that it's a pride thing.
Pride.
It's a pride thing.
Ego.
It is. It is. I think because it's a child. Because they are a child.
Oh,
I
you
owe
a child?
an
a
apology.
child need to be in a child's place.
I owe a child an apology.
Let's face it. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. We make mistakes. We miss the mark. So
and children are human. They're human beings.
And they're human. People. They're human beings. Their feelings are valid. So come on, parents, guardians. We've got to be able to say, you know what? I missed the mark. Yes. I am so sorry. So when we're talking about healthy relationships, healthy communication, and our children being able to use these things in the school system, right? In the classroom, we've got to model that. How do we solve this problem? Oh, he got a beef with me. I got a beef with him. We apologize. My bad, man. You know, my bad. But where did the kids learn that?
Because if you've never said I'm sorry or I apologize to your child, where did they hear it from?
So parents, if we're not apologizing to our children and saying, you know what, I am so sorry, I apologize for that, how are they going to be able to do it at school with their peers? Right? And anger management, like anger control, self-control, right? So if I'm a parent and I'm popping off, like, you know, I'm coming home and talking about how I popped off at work and I told my supervisor this, that, and the third, or I told my co-worker, like,
where they can go.
I got her all the way to, and then, right, your child is probably going to go to school and have that attitude. Or in the home, if the parent is cursing at the child up one side and down the other, then your children are probably going home and cursing out teachers and cursing their peers out and cursing out staff at the school. So modeling at home
is such a huge thing.
It's huge.
It's so huge.
It's huge. We're teaching our children so much.
I always tell people you are your child's very first teacher.
Very first teacher. And they're soaking up things even though we don't realize that they're soaking up things. So it's working on that. And of course, we're all a work in progress. But it's being transparent and saying, listen, I missed the mark. I apologize. I had to humble myself and say, I didn't get it. I didn't get it right. You know, please forgive me. Give me another chance. And kids they're forgiving.
Very forgiving.
They're very forgiving. So, that's rich. So much that we're teaching our children, and then they're taking this, either good or bad, back into this classroom, back into the school. What other things are parents doing? Like, I guess healthy things that we as parents can do to teach our children how to regulate their mood, and so they're not blowing up at school and going off, or, you know what, I want to fight this person. What are some of the things that parents, as far as emotion control and emotion regulation, that we're doing, adults are doing? Because we have these issues too. There's times when we want to go to work and slap somebody, and I just want to lay hands on them, but we can't do that. We don't want to be arrested. We don't want to lose our jobs. So what are we doing as adults to make sure that we're in control when we go to work, things that we could be doing to also model for our children?
So first it's figuring out like what your triggers are, figuring out what makes you upset, what gets you to that point, right?
Yeah.
Figuring out what's that thing, and then figuring out what is it that you need to help you to release that, to
calm down.
Yes, to bring you back to homeostasis. So that could be whether it's exercising, whether that is music, listen to your favorite song, whether it's talking to someone, a trusted person, whether it is cooking, or it could be just being in a quiet place, just doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
Or it could be, if you're a person that has like a lot of built up energy, it could be boxing, any of these things, but just figuring out what works for you to help you to release. Or it could be writing, like journaling. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Or it could be praying, like a lot of people, they really dig into their faith.
Praying,
so meditating, reading the Bible, getting that word into you to kind of help you, kind of settle your spirit.
Oh, yes.
So figuring out what works for you.
Right. And that's really good. So parents who go to the gym, right, it is saying to your child, yeah, this is so I can work out, but also I was dealing with some rude people today. I work in customer service, and people are not nice on the phone. So what do I do with that? I go to the gym. I get on the treadmill and I run, or the elliptical, right? Or the stair climber, or I go and I lift weights. So then our children aren't just saying, oh, mommy's going to the gym or daddy's going to the gym. No, they're going to the gym so they can be healthy, but it also helps them with stress.
Yes, the stress. Right? And talk to them about it. Let them know. Like,
and talk to them.
This is why we do this. This is why I am doing this. I'm taking care of myself. This is how I take care of myself.
Right. It's, you know what? My boss made me mad today, son. So I had to stop by the gym and hit that punching bag a couple of times because I need to get that out. Right? It's like, instead of, putting some paws on some people, right? I'm going to hit this punching bag. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to come back home because I don't want to bring that stress back home.
Or I don't want to keep it bottled up inside of me.
I don't want to, because eventually it's going to
bubble out,
erupt. I don't want to come home and curse your mom out or you out. So I had to hit that gym up, right? So we're teaching our children, like, these are the things that we do for health and wellness.
You just did so many things at once. You communicated, you released all of that tension, that stress that you had. You, in a way, kind of had that one-on-one time, sort of, when you were doing that.
Talk with your child. Yeah. That was good. That was rich. That was packed full of stuff. Okay. So you're communicating with your child. You're teaching them this is what we do when we're angry or we just need to decompress, right? We need to get some stuff off our chest. You're having some quality time with your child when you're doing that. You're also saying, listen, we the same. I want to pop off too, but I can't do it. I want to fight, but I can't fight at work.
So you modeled that.
So I modeled it by saying I had to go to the gym, and I was blowing off some steam, and this is why. So it's like, man, so Dad, you're saying that if I have an issue with Troy, I can work out? It's like, yeah, we can go to the gym together. You can take your child to the gym with you, work out if they're old enough. But if not, then maybe doing some stuff at home. Yeah. Because some gyms have age limits, right?
They do. You can go outside and run together, or you can take them to the park.
To the park, right? Some people have like home stuff at home gym stuff at home. Home stuff at the gym?
Home gym.
That wasn't right. Home gym? that they can work
Home
out at
gyms.
home. Yeah, home
Home
gyms. And weights and stuff at
Yes.
home. You know what I'm saying? When the kids are too little. But
Mhm.
I've seen even babies trying to do push-ups
Yeah.
because they've seen their dads
Mhm.
or their moms doing
Yeah,
push-ups.
like on the mats and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, it's all about modeling. It's about modeling and saying, this is not just for here at home. You take this to school. You take these ideas and this mentality to school. Just like we're showing you love here.
Mhm.
Do that amongst your peers, right?
Right.
Having that dialogue. You see somebody sitting by themselves, reach out to them. Like, hey, you okay? You know, you want to come over here and sit with us? You don't have to sit by yourself, right? It is, I need to meditate. What does that look like, Deidre, at school? Say somebody is like, I'm having a moment. I need to go somewhere and like breathe. What does that look like at school, and what does that look like with the child advocating for themselves?
Oh, that's an easy. You need to just take a break. Let your teacher know you need to be excused if you're in class. It could be easy as a bathroom break, like, hey, can I be excused to use the restroom? Or it could be I need to take, a few minutes to myself, because mental health is a big thing, right? Teachers, schools, everywhere know that it's a huge thing. And so just teachers knowing, period, that kids need time to themselves. So you could say to the teachers, because they're not allowed to disclose, so beforehand, letting them know, hey, I deal with X, Y, and Z. There may be times where I need to excuse myself
and take a break.
And I will just tell you, or slide you a note, or I might just, say I need a few minutes, and just let them know, can I have my few minutes?
Right.
And they should be easy.
Because I was about to say, because you got some teachers like, sit down. It's not time for no break.
No.
Then you
Yes.
should have went to the bathroom before you came in.
So it's about communicating that beforehand, or having your parent to communicate that for you. The school counselors,
because
social workers,
there's some of those
there
teachers.
There are some
and
of them.
Let's be real about it. There are some students who will take advantage.
They will. Yes.
They would take advantage.
Yes.
And they not even having no episode, or they just like, I don't want to be in this class.
Be here. Yes. So you could have a parent or school social worker or school counselor. Any of these people are able to help to make these modifications for you throughout the day.
Okay.
Or you could easily, if you are having like an extreme episode, you're easily able to go down, ask to be excused to talk to
the guidance counselor. Okay. Yeah. Because sometimes we just need, like, so-and-so just like pissed me off. I feel it rising. I feel it bubbling up. I don't want to curse nobody out. I don't want to. I don't want to snatch her braids. Right. So it's going to the teacher and saying, "Can I talk to you for a second?
You ain't have to yell. You can whisper.
Can I, like, she just really pissed me off.
I don't want.
I just need to step outside the door and just catch my breath, or I just need to go to the bathroom." And of course, it's not abusing those privileges, right? But it's saying, no, really, for real, I need a few minutes, right? And letting them know I just need to calm down. But advocating,
yes.
But when this is modeled in the home, of parents actually listening to what their kids are saying, and actually listening and saying, well, what do you need? What type of support do you need?
Yes.
Right? Do you need to journal? Do you need to take deep breaths? And guide them through it. Like, this is what this looks like as far as taking deep breaths and being able to, so they know these are the tools that I have when I'm feeling upset, right?
Yes.
And this is what I can do in any setting, whether I'm in school, or out in public somewhere. But this is also the stuff that they're sharing with their peers. So their peers have this type of information of, this is what I can do instead.
Yes.
Instead of cursing Savannah out, he's a good man, Savannah. Instead of cursing Savannah out,
or putting these paws.
put these paws on Savannah, or snatching Savannah braids, I can say, I need a moment. I need a moment, right? Or even if it's, I can go to another part of the classroom. If it's not a jam-packed classroom, can I sit
over?
Miss Jones? Can I go over here for a minute? I just, I'd be like, okay, yeah, go over there. You need a chill moment, yeah. Cause some like elementary and middle schools, they actually like have a chill corner where you can go and chill.
We have those in our classrooms for the younger kids. Cozy corners.
Cozy.
Yes. So when our kids kind of their emotions kind of get
bubble up, it's rising.
We ask them, do you need time in the cozy corner?
Cozy corner. I like cozy
just
corner.
Just to kind of get them to calm down. Yeah, we have pillows and books and stuff.
Time out, but see. People might be in the cozy corner all day. It's chilling over here in the school. It's real cozy in the cozy corner.
Well, we don't leave them long.
Okay.
It's
It's a time limit.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, come on back now. Come on back to be with the group. But I love that because time out is
that time in.
It's time in.
You're giving you time in with yourself to kind of bring it back in.
To reflect inwardly. Oh,
we don't want you out. We want you in.
In.
Time in.
Time in. I love it. I love this. So this is good. So we got cozy corners. We got time in. We've got parents talking to their kids to say, yeah, I had a rough day and I had to stop by the gym to blow off some steam. You've got parents teaching their children how to deep breathe and meditate and advocate for that in the school. We've got kids going back and sharing this stuff with their peers and saying, this is what I do. This makes me feel better. We've got kids
bringing their friends to their parents, like, because they have safe homes and safe
spaces. It's a safe space. Girl, you want to come over after school? Ask your mom if it's okay, right? You want to come over? Yo, man, come over. We're gonna shoot some hoops. We're gonna work out with my dad.
My mom gonna cook,
right? We're gonna have some food, right? So it's being inclusive and being loving and saying you could come home with us. Like, your mama seems so cool. You want to come by and meet her, right? And parents being welcoming of that, because it does take community. It does take a village. So we've got to put the time in to cultivate these villages where our kids feel safe, they feel heard, they feel valued, and they don't feel angry. So they're not going to school and fighting and bringing guns and doing all those types of things. So, yeah, hopefully this helps. All right, until next time. And follow us on all social media platforms. CJ Boyd Christian Counseling. If you want to schedule an appointment, email admin@cjboydcounseling.com, or you can DM from one of the social media platforms. We would love to hear from you. Please like and share. Bye for now.